It was a calm afternoon. Sunlight slipped through the curtains, painting gold over a quiet living room. A mother folded tiny clothes while her baby slept peacefully on the red couch. The gentle hum of the washing machine filled the silence. But then, something strange happened. The family dog, loyal, gentle, and loving, suddenly growled softly. He moved closer to the baby and refused to step away. No matter how the mother called his name, he wouldn't let go. His paws wrapped protectively around the child, his eyes fixed and trembling. At first she smiled, thinking it was just affection. But when she tried to lift her baby, the dog barked. Loud, desperate, almost in pain. The mother froze. Her heart raced. Why was her sweet companion acting this way? She'd never seen him so tense before. Tears of confusion filled her eyes as she knelt beside them. The baby slept soundly, unaware of the storm in her mother's heart. "Buddy, what's wrong?" she whispered. But the dog didn't move, not even a blink. Then, something in his eyes told her, "Don't touch the baby." Her breath caught as fear crawled up her spine. Slowly, she reached under the blanket to check. And in that moment, she realized something she'd never forget. The mother's hand trembled as it brushed against the soft blanket. The baby's warmth was there, but so was something else. A faint vibration, a quiet hum beneath the fabric. The dog's growl deepened, low, warning, protective. "Buddy, move, please," she whispered, her voice shaking. But he pressed himself tighter against the baby, shielding him completely. The mother's heart pounded, unsure what to think. Was he sensing danger? Was something wrong with her baby? The clock ticked louder, echoing in her ears. She'd raised Buddy since he was a pup. He'd never hurt anyone. Yet today, his eyes looked different, like he was guarding a secret. She hesitated, afraid of what she might find. The air grew thick with tension. Every instinct told her, trust the dog. But every motherly fear screamed, check the baby. Her hand slowly reached forward again. Buddy whimpered softly but didn't bite. He just looked up, pleading, desperate. Something inside her whispered, don't move too fast. Her mind raced through every possibility. Could the baby be sick? Could Buddy have sensed something before her? Animals sometimes know what humans can't see. Her breath quickened as she lifted the blanket corner. Buddy's head followed her hand, eyes wide and alert. The baby stirred slightly, but didn't cry. A strange sound came from underneath, faint, metallic. Her pulse spiked. What was that noise? She pulled back just a little more. Suddenly, Buddy barked sharply, startling her. The blanket slipped, revealing the baby's small hand. Everything looked fine, for now. But Buddy refused to relax. He nudged her arm away, curling back around the child. The mother froze, tears building. I don't understand, she whispered. Buddy stared into her eyes, like trying to tell her something. That look, raw, urgent, terrified, shook her to the core. Then she noticed something strange beneath the couch. A small flicker of light. Something moving. Something alive. She leaned closer, peering under the couch. The darkness seemed to breathe back at her. The faint light blinked. Blue, then red. It wasn't alive. It was blinking. A device. A toy. No, something colder. Buddy barked again, positioning himself protectively. Her heart sank. Her husband had been repairing gadgets nearby. Could he have dropped something dangerous? She reached for it with a trembling hand. Buddy barked louder, his tail stiff, warning her. She hesitated, realizing he wasn't stopping her from touching the baby. He was stopping her from touching that thing. The air filled with static. Her fingers brushed the edge, metal, sharp. Then she saw it, a small sparking wire. A half-broken plug, still connected to a power source. and it was lying right under the couch, inches from where her baby's blanket hung. If the blanket touched it, she gasped in horror. "Oh my God." Buddy barked once more, then gently dragged the baby back a few inches. The motion was so careful, almost human. He knew. He'd sensed the danger before anyone else did. The mother's hands shook as she unplugged the wire from the wall. A spark jumped, burning her fingers slightly. She flinched. The smell of smoke rose faintly. Buddy whined, pacing nervously. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she realized the truth. If not for him, her baby could have been gone. Her knees gave out, and she sat on the floor, clutching her chest. Buddy licked her hand gently, his eyes soft now. The tension melted into quiet relief. Her baby still slept, safe and warm. The mother pulled Buddy close, whispering thank you again and again. He wagged his tail weakly, resting his head on her lap. A guardian, silent, loyal, and pure. But deep down, she wondered, how did he know? How did he sense it? Before anyone else. The mother called her husband immediately. He rushed home, heart pounding after hearing her voice break over the phone. When he arrived, Buddy was still lying beside the baby, calm but alert. She showed him the burned wire. His face turned pale. "That's from my toolbox. I didn't know it fell." Tears filled both their eyes. They looked at Buddy, the dog they'd once called lazy or clingy. Today, he'd saved a life. The husband knelt, patting Buddy's head softly. "Good boy. You're our hero," he whispered. The baby stirred, smiling in sleep, unaware of the miracle around him. The mother felt a rush of gratitude and guilt. She doubted him, even tried to pull him away. But now she understood. Sometimes love doesn't speak in words. It protects in silence. And that day, her family's guardian angel had 4 paws and a heartbeat. The living room glowed with sunset light and the quiet warmth of a miracle. Word spread quickly around the neighborhood that day, softly whispered. Everyone came to see the brave dog who saved a tiny baby's life. The mother held Buddy proudly, tears still shining in her grateful eyes. Neighbors brought flowers, cookies, and endless words of admiration. Children pointed at Buddy, calling him a superhero with a wagging tail. Reporters soon arrived, cameras flashing beneath the golden sunset glow. Buddy sat calmly beside the baby, eyes full of quiet, gentle wisdom. The story touched every heart, a miracle born from instinct and love. The mother's voice trembled as she spoke. "He's more than just a pet. He's family. And today, he proved that love doesn't need words." The world watched and felt something pure they'd almost forgotten. That even in silence, loyalty can scream louder than any headline ever. That day, Buddy became more than a name. He became a legend. People cried, smiled, hugged their pets a little tighter that night. Love had spoken again, through fur, warmth, and the power of faith. And in that small home, peace finally replaced the shadow of fear. Buddy's eyes glowed under the soft lamplight, calm and content again. He had done his duty, a hero who needed no medals or applause. The baby cooed softly, his tiny hand reaching for Buddy's fur. And Buddy leaned closer, gently resting his head beside him. That night, the mother couldn't sleep, her thoughts replaying endlessly. Every second, every bark, every look Buddy gave flashed in her mind. She realized how close she came to losing the most precious thing ever. The ticking clock sounded louder, each beat echoing her gratitude. She walked to the nursery, where moonlight bathed everything in silver. Buddy lay curled at the crib's side, breathing softly, guarding still. The baby's chest rose and fell, peaceful, innocent, untouched by fear. The mother knelt down, stroked Buddy's ear, whispering, "Thank you." A tear slipped from her cheek, falling onto his golden fur like rain. He opened one eye, tail wagging slowly, as if saying, all is well. Outside, the wind carried the gentle hum of distant city lights. Inside, silence spoke louder than words ever could describe it. In that silence, she realized something deeper than just gratitude. It wasn't just protection. It was destiny, love in its purest form. The bond between them was no accident, but something divine. She stayed beside them till dawn, watching light break the dark sky. Every sunrise now felt like a gift, a reminder of a second chance. Every heartbeat of Buddy felt like a blessing she'd never forget. The baby smiled in his sleep, perhaps feeling the same unseen love. And the house breathed peace again, wrapped in warmth and grace. The mother remembered the first day Buddy came into their home, a tiny pup with curious eyes, wagging his tail at every sound. Her husband had found him shivering near a closed construction site. They took him in, fed him, named him Buddy, the one who stays. He grew up beside them, loyal through every storm and sunny day. He was there when the mother cried through nights of loneliness. He was there when the baby was born, refusing to leave the crib. She realized this wasn't the first time Buddy protected their heart. He had always known when danger lurked, even in the smallest form, like a silent guardian assigned by love itself to keep them safe. Every memory flashed like soft light through her tired, smiling eyes. The laughter, the games, the muddy footprints across their clean floor. The way he'd bark at thunder, the cuddle close when fear returned. She smiled, realizing he'd been her guardian long before this moment. Maybe some souls come not as people, but as protectors in fur. She hugged him gently, whispering, "You were always meant for us." He nuzzled her shoulder, breathing softly, understanding her heart. And in that moment, the house felt like heaven. Simple, complete. Sometimes angels don't fly. Sometimes they walk on four paws. And sometimes love arrives before we even know we'll need it. Days turned into weeks, but the story never really faded away. People still came to visit, leaving little notes of love on their gate. A rescue foundation offered Buddy an honorary bravery certificate. But the mother refused to send him anywhere, smiling through tears. "He belongs here," she said softly, "where his heart already lives." She bought him a new bed, a soft blanket, and endless treats to enjoy. The baby, now crawling, followed Buddy everywhere with laughter. Their bond grew deeper, pure innocence meeting pure loyalty. Every giggle of the child was answered by a wagging tail of joy. The husband often stopped to watch, realizing how blessed they were. Life had nearly broken them that day, but love rebuilt them stronger. Buddy's fur gleamed under morning sun, a symbol of hope itself. Neighbors waved, smiling whenever they saw the little family outside. The world had changed slightly, reminded of love's quiet miracles. And Buddy, their silent hero, carried it all with gentle pride. That day marked not just survival, but the birth of everlasting faith. Because real heroes don't just save lives, they change hearts forever. And every new sunrise became a thank you whispered to the sky. The family finally slept each night with peace instead of fear. And love became their home, stronger than anything they'd known. Years later, the baby grew, walking hand in hand with Buddy's memory. He'd look at old photos and say softly, "That's my best friend." The mother smiled through tears, knowing some bonds never fade. She kept Buddy's collar by the crib, now a symbol of divine love. Because what that dog taught her couldn't be found in any book. He taught her that love listens even when it can't speak aloud. That instinct is sometimes the language of angels we fail to hear. He showed her that protection isn't power, it's pure devotion. That miracles don't always shine. Sometimes they bark softly. And that real love means standing guard even in silent danger. So tonight, when you see your pet look at you with quiet eyes, remember, they might be seeing what your heart cannot. Maybe they're guarding more than just your body, your soul too. The story of Buddy reminds the world that love never asks anything. It only gives, protects, and stays, no matter how dark the night. And the mother, every night, whispers the same simple prayer. Thank you, God, for sending him when we needed him most. Because in the end, love isn't about forever. It's about now. Cherish the ones who guard you silently before it's too late. For sometimes, heroes don't wear capes. They simply wag their tails.